You're watching Delegation School, the series where I teach founders how to scale with clarity, not chaos. Inside this series, you'll also find episodes from Flow for Founders and the CEO Soft Life. Different angles, same mission. Get out of your operations. This framework has saved me over 10 hours a week and $4,000 a month in wasted money. Why? Because I stopped asking if I should delegate and started filtering everything through this system first. Let me show you the 3 filters I use so I only focus on things that truly need my attention. Welcome to Delegation School, and this is what we do here and now. Here's what's coming up inside this video for you. I'll walk you through the 3 filters I run every task through, the biggest mistake, most costly mistake that costing you the most energy, and I'll walk you through a demo on how I use Flow to sort my tasks in under 2 minutes so my brain can be free. Let's start now, so you can start using this today without overthinking it. One of the most common things I hear from founders is, I'm not sure if I should delegate this or if I should just do it myself or who even to delegate this to. But here's what happens when you keep deciding in real time. You waste precious mental energy on low-level decisions. You delay high-leverage tasks because you're buried in firefighting and maintenance. You end up delegating emotionally, not strategically. And that CEOs don't do. The worst part, you start second-guessing everything because you just didn't realize that it wasn't the task that was the problem. It was your delegation filter or your lack of clarity, your delegation clarity compass. That's why I built this 3-step system, and I built Flow to help walk you through it. I call this the CEO delegation filter. I run every task through 3 simple questions before I touch it. Assign it or ignore it. Filter number 1, am I the only one that can do this? If I am, I stop and I hang on to it and I can do it. Filter number 2, who could do this better, faster, or cheaper than me? Remember, your dollar per hour rate, 150 through who knows how much per hour. If you're a coach, 350 to 500. And the third piece is, how do I explain this clearly to this person? You're going to ask Flow, obviously. So the first one, am I the only one that can do this? If you are a hairdresser, then maybe you are the only person that can do this particular style until you trained others to do that thing. If you are a creator, you may be the only person that is capable of getting on video and telling your message. If you are a judge who also has digital or electronic IP properties for sale, or an attorney, you may be the only one that can go to court and adjudicate that case or try the case if that's what you're doing. But your digital products and building briefs and many of the other things that you have to do, even consultations, could possibly be delegated. Number 2, can anyone do this cheaper, faster, or better than me? Remember, it doesn't have to always be better than you. 70% is good enough, but if you're going to take that 70%, it better doggone well be cheaper and faster. If it's not cheaper, it better well be faster and better. There's this pyramid that I talk about in many of the projects that we have. It's like time, cost, or quality. And even in the property management or maintenance or construction development industry, we have this pyramid, and it's time, money, and quality. If you're going to sacrifice your time, the money and the quality better be good. If you're going to sacrifice the quality, the time and the money had better speak to you. Think about that pyramid, those 3 things, when you make a decision on whether you'll get someone or something. Remember, we can automate things as well to do this for you. And the third thing that I say is, can I explain this? Am I capable of actually delegating this? How do I explain it clearly to someone? Flow. Co-create Collaborate with Flow to come up with the delegation clarity compass. Remember, who, where, what, when, why, and how. Those 6 things need to be explained. The person that you hire might have one or more of those, and that's who you will co-create this process with. But you can give them a hell of a head start if you do it with Flow before they even come on. That way it'll give you some confidence knowing that yes, I am able to clearly explain what I need. Sometimes you're going to have to delegate this to a system, or you're going to have to automate it rather. Flow will help walk you through the step by step to automate to some AI system or to some other Make, Zapier, Google Tasks, whatever the automation is that you're putting in place, Flow can actually help you with that. See, this is where people freeze. How am I going to communicate this clearly? You know, you're looking through your own filter because you think that you're just stepping yourself through some of these tasks, but that's why Flow exists. If Flow can explain it in that delegation clarity compass, you can delegate it. The goal is not to hand it off randomly. It's not to abdicate it. It is to delegate with clarity so your team wins. Remember, clarity is kindness. Okay, so let me give you a real story. A client of mine, a 7-figure service provider, was doing too much herself, period. She was getting called into meetings. She was spending way too much time doing admin work, approvals, checking on her admin that she already had, rescheduling calls, being dragged into meetings thrown on her calendar. And then she had maybe one staff member that could just call her anytime instead of having a time set aside that she and a staff member would meet. We calculated in her task burn rate that she was losing between $1,200 and $1,800 a week in money. Gone. I gave her these 3 filters and she dropped her whole to-do list into Flow. Within 4 days, we had reassigned 60% of her workload. Her VA got clear outcomes instead of vague tasks, so she no longer had to check up on them. Why didn't this email come to me? How did this email fall through? And so on. She finally had the time to focus on putting her $250,000 offer in front of the decision makers. You see, that's the ROI of filtering before you delegate. Now, let me walk you through verbally how I use Flow to run this filter in real time. Are you ready? On one side, pre-Flow, let's have our to-do list. Finalize sales page copy, upload the podcast episode and draft the description, schedule one-on-one calls with clients, send them follow-ups, review VA task progress, create quarterly KPI dashboard, respond to Instagram. Okay, that's just a few things that I was doing. Then I created Flow and I programmed her with specific instructions. And I said, Flow, run this through the CEO delegation filter and then tell me what I should delegate and what I should do and what needs a system. Here's Flow's output. Upload podcast episode and draft the description. VA. Respond to Instagram DM. VA. Review VA's task progress. Delete is a duplicate because it's handled in my weekly team recap because Flow remembers what you tell her. Finalize the sales page copy. Shalece only. That's those approvals. It can even help you with an approval matrix. And then create quarterly KPI dashboard, Shalece only. Schedule one-on-one calls with the clients. Use a system. We created a reoccurring scheduling workflow through Calendly, and Flow generated the standard operating procedure / playbook. In 2 minutes, my brain had a plan, and that's the power of filtering your list before you delegate. And just one piece of what I walk you through inside my Delegate Like a Pro course. Instead of staring at a wall, a sea, an iPhone note full of tasks, you'll know exactly what's yours, what's theirs, what you need to create a system for, and what you can delegate to someone else. So let's recap this. Ask the 3 filters. 1, am I the only one? 2, who could do this better? Remember to use the pyramid. And 3, how can I explain this properly so that it gets done? Remember, clarity is kindness. Then let Flow handle the structure. You'll stop bleeding time and capacity, and you'll start leading with clarity. I want you to subscribe if this helped. If you know someone that might need this, go ahead and forward this to them. And if you're ready to save 10 hours a week without overthinking, you need to get inside my Delegate Like a Pro course. You'll get my templates, my delegation process, and oh, so much more, including the community. Go ahead and smash that like button if you learned just one thing. It helps with the algorithm and other people, expands my impact. If this helped, there's more where that came from. Subscribe to Delegation School because you weren't meant to run your business on exhaustion and vibes. And if you're ready to stop doing it all yourself, Flow and Delegate Like a Pro are linked below.